Ladies and gentlemen, we are back today continuing my series and testing how far you can survive with only 5 towers in CHIMPS mode. Now if you haven't seen my previous videos, I've already done 4, 3, and 2 towers, with these being the respective rounds for how far every single amount can survive. Make sure to go check out those videos if you haven't already. But yeah, I think 5 towers is going to change things up a lot, because this is the point at which I'm going to be able to start finally utilizing paragons. So let's hop right into today's video. Alright, here we go guys. Our first run at this 5TC is going to be on the map Sulfur Springs. Now this map might come to a surprise for some of you, because all of my previous attempts on this challenge were done on either 3 mines round or logs, which are probably still the best maps. But I wanted to do an attempt on this map in specific because the first strategy we're going to develop is a strategy with the Dart Monkey and the Dart Paragon. And if you guys know how the Dart Paragon operates, it is really good on maps with a ton of obstacles. And this map fits that category because the Dart Paragon's projectiles can just bounce everywhere between the walls. But round 8, I am going to need more defense. So we will add a Dart Monkey this round. I think I'll just have it towards the top of the map to help Azili out here. But yeah, Dart Paragon strategy seems good in theory. The only thing that's going to make it difficult is saving up for the Paragon itself. I forgot to check how much it costs. It's 162,000. And then you have to add that to the amount I'm going to spend on the Dart 5th tiers too, which probably aren't actually going to do that much for us defensively. Since, for example, when I get the Super Monkey Fan Club or Plasma Monkey Fan Club, it's not like I can build 20 darts to transform, right? We're under that 5 tower restriction. But either way, we want to get 3 Dart Monkeys down, of course, because we're going to need the 3 5th tiers. I think our Ultra Juggernaut's going to go right here, and this is going to be the Paragon location later. And then the Crossbow Master can go in this location. But while we get through this early game, I do want to yap a little bit about just this challenge altogether. How far can X towers survive in CHIMPS mode? And I want your thoughts on some things as well. First off, do you guys enjoy the series? Do you think it's entertaining? I've been trying to add some variety into the videos as well with developing new strategies. For example, here I'm going to use a Dart Paragon strategy for my first attempt. And the final question with that is if I should just keep increasing the increment by 1. Because I could go, this is 5 towers, and the next video would be 6, 7, 8, so on and so forth. Or since we're starting into the higher numbers, I could just do like 5 towers to 10 towers, for example, start doing some bigger jumps. I'm not sure. Either way, one more thought with that is I did create an Excel sheet where I have the previous bests I've gotten listed with the map, the combination, the round it died on. So we'll be adding to this at the end of it, hopefully eclipsing 210 rounds by a significant margin, because I feel like I'm going to find one combo that can make it into 230s at least. That's my goal. Either way, as for this run, nothing too interesting has been going on yet. I think we're going to make this Juggernaut bottom cross path, by the way. That's normally the preferred path on the U-Jug because I think it increases the knockback. And camo detection's most likely a necessity as well. One thing I need to think about though is we currently have 4 towers placed, right? The 3 darts and Azili. So what should my 4th tower be that I'm just going to utilize early to hope these guys survive for the Paragon? I could do something like an Ultra Boost. That's definitely the idea. One other thought I had was a Balloon Crush, which is really good in these challenges. The only issue with the Balloon Crush is it wouldn't have camo detection, so DTs will most likely become a problem if I went for that 5th tower. I guess the Azili can decamo DTs at a higher level, but it's probably not consistent enough to decamo all of them. Either way, we'll decide on the 5th tower later. Let's just get the Crossbow Master for now. And when I'm talking about 5th tower, it's only temporary too, because the way the rules in this challenge work is it's not a limit of placing 5 towers for the entire challenge. It's a limit of having 5 towers down at once. So that means once I get the Dart Paragon up, these 3 towers I have on the Dart Monkey will transform into only 1 tower, which will open up 2 more slots. I hope that makes sense. Either way, let's get Ultra Juggernaut now. This early game has been pretty free. Ooh, I have an idea. Maybe instead of the Balloon Crush, because again, the camo detection problem we're talking about, I could go for a Superstorm or Moniker of the Storms next. I'm definitely not going to get used to that name change. I'm so used to calling it Superstorm. But basically, my thought process with the 5th tower I'm going to add in the early game is I want something that will allow these Dart Monkeys to survive as long as possible. That way we can just rack up more Paragon pops, since getting a high degree Dart Paragon is like essential for my strategy. But then it also needs to be a tower that'll provide me value after I get the Dart Paragon up. And a Superstorm probably will accomplish both of those things. And yeah, as I was saying, 162,000 is not necessarily going to be easy to save up for. The nice part though is in BT6's last update, they increased the cash you get from the rounds of 100 to 140. That was a sneaky part they put into the patch notes a lot of people have forgotten about. And that increase in cash is going to help my challenge runs for this challenge significantly, because I think in total you get like about 100,000 more cash than you did beforehand, from around 100 to around 140. So yeah, it'll definitely make a pretty big difference in my opinion. Either way, we are starting to struggle a little bit actually. And I don't really want to use the Azealia Hex if I don't need to, because the Azealia Hex would steal pops. I only want to use it when it's absolutely a necessity. Maximizing the pops on these guys is super important. So let's see if just some targeting differences can make a change. It looks like it is. Around 94. This is probably going to be a difficult one to beat. Yep. That's crazy that we're already struggling. These Dart 5th tiers, again, aren't as strong as you'd hope. Let's get the Druid in the back then. And I'll just have this as a Storm Druid for now. Okay, that appears to be defending. A little bit more consistency on the back end. Let's use a Hex there just to play it safe. Yeah, we're good. Alright, let's go Plasma Fan Club. We're actually going to get the camo texture on it as well, just to help out for the DTs. Even with that, I'm still dead. Oh, this is a problem, guys. In that case, I am going to go back in time quite a bit, thanks to the Time Machine mod. This guy is a lifesaver. And we are going to get the Super Storm before the Plasma Monkey Fan Club, because Plasma Monkey Fan Club really isn't doing much at all for us defensively, and this will just be easy to save up for now. Alright, we can get Super Storm up on round 95. Again, I'm going to get the bottom cross path on this guy, I think. Increased attack speed. Either way, with Super Storm on the field, we should be much stronger defensively. That'll add a ton of consistency for us, make sure random blimps can't leak. The only annoying part about the Super Storm is it will steal some pops, but it doesn't really deal a significant amount of damage, where it probably won't be like a huge problem. And I'd imagine we have enough damage to get through this BAD. We don't have level 20 Azealia yet, so we can't rely on Azealia, but the Crossbow Master, the Fan Club, it's probably enough. All I need to do is simply pop the layer. Then Super Storm can blow back all of the insides. Oh no, wait a second. This is kind of close. Can Super Storm clutch up? Or Monarch of the Storms. I keep saying the wrong name. I'm sorry. Yes, we got it. Okay. Super Storm did clutch. Monarch of the Storms did clutch. Oh my gosh. I'm rewiring my brain about this is not going to be fun. Either way, Plasma Monkey Fan Club has been purchased. Now we just need to save up 162,000. Simple as that, guys. How's the pops and the Dart Monkeys looking as well? We've got, what? Almost 2 million total pops. For the max amount of Paragon power, you need 16.2 million. So we're still quite a far bit off of that. Am I dead here? Dude, I'm dead. No way! The Super Storm's not enough to save up? I guess I can use a Azealia Hex on the DTs, which will help a little bit. But that's concerning. That defended, okay. Yeah, if this doesn't work though, I don't think there's any other towers that will really work to pair. Like an Ultra Boost, for example, definitely wouldn't work. These darts are not near strong enough to handle these rounds, even if they had 10 stacks. Alright, this time I used the first Hex earlier. That should make the second Hex, yeah, clean up. There we go. Right, round 122 is actually looking pretty easy. How many dart pops do I have? Ah, dude, our dart pops are actually pretty bad. Right, round 124, this could be a difficult one to defend. There's just an insane amount of blimps. The Super Storm's actually keeping up quite well. Wait. Right when I started glazing it, it's starting to struggle. And I'm dead. Alright, please handle. There's so many Moabs. We're doing the best this time, though. I've got to say that much. Come on. I think we did. Let's go. So with that defended, we'll definitely be able to get the Dart Paragon. It's just most likely not going to be a super high degree. But we're not going to get it yet, of course. Again, we just want to wait as long as possible. 4 to 5 DTs this round, which honestly could be easier than regular if it's just a less amount. Because Pierce is the problem, not really the strength of the DTs. That died, though. I'm just dead this round. It's not going to happen. Let's see what degree I'd get with 0 cash slider. 39. That's not honestly very high. Let me test what it would be if I did cash slider as well, because we probably can spend a little bit of extra money. That's 40. And then last, let me test what it would be if I waited a tiny bit of time, because we can probably get it mid-round too, like now. Still 40. Alright, I think 40 is the best I'm going to do. That's pretty annoying though, because if I was able to farm the max amount of pops, you get degree 69. So the difference between degree 40 Dart Paragon and degree 69 is obviously quite significant. Either way, with this guy, we're probably just going to let this 3-tower combo survive as far as it can, and see how much money I can save up, probably adding a Legend of the Night and something else later. My current thoughts are Legend of the Night and Ultra Boost would be good, because I could Ultra Boost the Monarch of the Storms too. But another option would be something like Legend of the Night and Grand Saboteur. That way we could damage the BDs when they come out. Do we defend this? Okay, looks like we do defend that. Quite quickly, we've saved 87k here. The thing is, though, at these rounds, after you pass around 140, your income takes a significant hit in Chimps mode, so it's not like we'll be making that much money per round. Let's see how much we make from round 151, for example. I'm at 95k. And we made like 4k from that round. Okay, I think this is the first round where I need to actually use the Hex, round 168. All right, how do we look against DTs? Oh, those are actually looking scary too. Okay, we did defend them though, but that's probably gonna become a problem later. I kind of just was assuming the Dark Paragon would easily pop DTs. That's not necessarily the case though. All right, another big DT round, 174. Am I surviving? No, I'm not. Okay. I guess we need more defense. DDTs of all things actually killed this setup. How much does Legend of the Night cost? We still don't have enough money for it yet. In that case, let's do this. I will add a Dark Knight and an Ultra Boost. These will be my 4th and 5th towers. Dark Knight might give us a little bit of slow with the knockback. Okay, I can actually afford Dark Champion as well. But we're gonna Ultra Boost our Superstorm. We wanna get 10 stacks in this guy. There we go, that's 1 stack. But yeah, I decided on the Ultra Boost over the Grand Saboteur here. I think the Ultra Boost is needed just to have a more consistent Superstorm in the back. Defenses are looking a lot more consistent now though, I'll say that much. Ultra Boost has helped out quite a bit. Alright, we've made it to around 191. I am still actually pretty far off of affording the Legend of the Night. As I was saying, you just don't make much money at all at this point. It's kind of sad. So I feel like Legend of the Night's not gonna happen here. I don't know. Alright, round 200. Azalea can literally just solo this round. It's 2 fortified BDs, but they're spaced out enough where Azalea's Hex can deal with both of them. And now that we've made it past the big 200, this is where the rounds start to get really difficult. I mean, just look at how many BDs there are here. I might honestly be donezo. Yeah, I don't think the Hex is dealing with all of those. So in that case, I am gonna adopt some things once again. First adaptation coming in around 128 when I get my Dark Paragon. I did not put a max cash slider in and I was still able to get degree 40. So I did waste some money last time. And the second adaptation is coming on these rounds where I'm actually just going to save up straight for the Legend of the Night without the overclock. I guess I didn't really give this a good attempt last time. But yeah, it appears this is going to happen relatively easily. Keeping the Dark Champion in the back was actually pretty good too because it allowed me to slow down the DTs inside of the Superstorm's range, which obviously helps out a lot. Alright, last blimp, pop that BD. We're good. Okay, let's go. Legend of the Night is forwarded on around 191. Alright, let's get the Grand Sabo up now. I'll just have it in the middle of the map. I don't think the location of it's very significant. And we'll use it at the start of round 201. I'm hoping the timings of it work out where I can use it basically every round. But yeah, 25% health decrease on all the blimps coming out is very helpful. And it obviously slows down things too, which is not the main reason I'm using it, but it's a nice added benefit. Okay, even with that use, I had to use Portal there. That's not good. Try that again. Maybe if I wait to use my Hex, I can defend all of these BDs with 1 Hex. We obviously don't want to be using our Legend of the Night Portal. We can avoid it. So I'm going to try to wait as long as possible to Hex. Now, let's see if I can deal with all these BDs with 1. Alright, that's 2 down. 3. And 4, right? There we go. And I think we're dead in around 205 here, guys. I've been attempting this round over and over again. There's just so many blimps. And the thing is, I had to use a Legend of the Night Portal on one of the previous rounds. So unfortunately, this is the end of the Sulfur Springs run. Even if I tried Ultra Boost instead of Grand Sabo, there's no way to make it this far because I can't afford the Ultra Boost. On to the next combo. Alright, for strategy number 2, we are going to be on the map 3 Mines round, and the goal with this strategy is saving for the Ice Paragon, Herald of Everfrost, which isn't going to be easy. It costs 324,000, plus you have to spend quite a bit on the 5th tiers. But on the bright side, we will be able to make a decent amount of extra cash just removing all these obstacles. I think it's about an extra 100k, so we'll see how this ends up playing out. I've got good faith we'll be able to save for the Ice Paragon. Either way, Zeely and an Ice Monkey start should do me pretty good, at least hopefully get me through this first couple obstacles. Wait. Did they change how this obstacle works? I swear in the past it was only a 5-round removal time. But now it seems like it's 10. Unless my memory is just incorrect, there's a chance that is as well. But 10-round removal is going to be a lot harder to get through. No, we got it. Okay. Now here's the thing, obviously there's going to be one other tower I can start with besides the Ice 5th tiers and Azili, and I think that final tower is going to be a Super Monkey, and this Super is going to be the Legend of the Night later. But in the meantime, we'll just continue removing these obstacles. Alright, let's get laser blasts on the sky. Pop those frozen balloons. Now we do have a little bit of a purple balloon weakness, but we can use Azili's level 3 ability against purples. Also, wait, camo balloons this round. No, we're good. Alright, and I think we're going to build this guy into a cryo cannon. This is going to be my, Impale later with the top path on it. Does this pop the Moab? It should, yeah, we're good. 10k removal next, and we'll make the money from that here in a second. Yep, so I'll start the 25k removal. Now, I'm not sure how much I actually want to upgrade the Super Monkey early. We're probably just going to try to upgrade him as little as possible. That way, the save up for the Ice Paragon's easier. I'm not sure yet. Do we defend this BFB? Yeah, we're good. Okay, let's start the 50k removal. And do I defend round 63? I'm pretty sure I do. The Icicles is goated, I've got to say. As a 4th tier, pretty cheap. This is a good mid-game option, especially when you have it mixed in with some things that can pop frozen balloons. But yeah, just like with the Dart Monkey strategy, my plan here is to rack up as many pops for the Ice Paragon as possible. Now, getting a high degree Ice Paragon is not necessarily as important as it was for the Dart Paragon, and that's because the Ice Paragon is mainly used as a support option. By the way, we're going to have the Absolute Zero here. It'll be giving me plus 8 damage to all of the projectiles. It'll also be decamoing blimps, freezing them across the map, and it'll have that Fimbulwinter ability, which will be huge for us to slow down BADs. I think that Fimbulwinter is the main reason why Ice Paragon's going to be solid. But should I start this 100k removal now? I guess we will. And also, let's get the Super Brittle down. I'm going to do it in this location with the range path on it. Or I guess not Super Brittle yet, but we'll start building towards it. Now, the only annoying part about trying to go for this Ice Paragon is Ice Monkey got absolutely slaughtered by nerfs in the recent update. I think they nerfed the Super Brittle, they nerfed the Absolute Zero, and they nerfed the Paragon. But despite all of those nerfs, I still feel like this is going to be a pretty solid option for this challenge. We are still able to hang on here, which is nice. The rounds aren't too difficult yet. Let's get Super Brittle next. By the way, the reason I have refreeze on it is, one, I want the range path. I think it's going to be better here, just to affect more area. But also, if you have Icicle and Impale, you need the bottom path on the Super Brittle to de-brittle frozen balloons. It's kind of a weird interaction, but yeah, with Icicle and Impale paired, the bottom path Super Brittle is typically the better one to choose. How do we look against DTs here? I'd imagine we defend. Yeah, we're good. Super Brittle is still actually dealing some significant damage, I've got to say, even with the nerfs. 2 more rounds till I get the 160k, by the way. Once I get that, I can get both of the other Ice 5th tiers in here and start saving for the Paragon. Round 93, DTs. We're good. And just like that, we got the last removal done. Let's go. Icicle and Impale. Absolute Zero. I'm not going to upgrade the Super Monkey anymore yet. I'll just leave it as a Laser Blast and let the Ice Monkeys get the majority of the pops. But I might need to upgrade this to deal with the round 100 BAD is my only concern. Because again, Azili's not going to be level 20 in time. But yeah, 324k, that's going to be pretty difficult to save up for. Even with taking into account the extra 100k plus I got from the removals, it's still more expensive than the Dart Paragon. And here is round 100. Do I need to upgrade the Super Monkey? It does get bonus damage from the Super Brittle, which is nice, but it's still probably not enough damage. That's 3 laps done. It's actually kind of close, though. I think if I just buy Plasma, that'll probably make the difference. Plasma is plus 50% attack speed compared to Laser Blasts, and we can freeze the insides once I pop down the layer. I'm ready. Now. Okay. I can also use Hex, which I think is probably needed here. I'll just play it safe. There we go. And look at that, I actually got an Ice Monkey Insta, which is pretty funny. But now we'll continue going and racking up more pops, you know what I'm saying? Don't really know what the main weakness is of this combo at the moment. Probably big DT rounds, if I were to guess. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, DT round here on round 106. Let's use that. Oh no, we're actually fine against those. We've got 234k saved up now, and we've made it to round 111, which is going to be a difficult round to defend. But this round makes you a ton of money, especially with the recent balance changes. So we should be looking pretty good on the cash if we beat this round. Which I haven't actually been using the Hex yet either. I don't really need the Hex, which is nice. It looks like I probably don't need it here too. Yeah, we're good. I made almost 20k that round. Alright, we've made it to round 119. Definitely no chance I have enough damage to deal with these BADs, so we're gonna have to use probably 2 Hexes here. And that'll do enough for us. Let's see. Yep. So yeah, as I was guessing, it's not necessarily too difficult to save for Herald of Everfrost, especially because this map is much easier than Sulfur Springs. We got a lot more track length for us to deal with these balloons. Lots of overlap too. As far as pops are concerned though, we've got what? By the way, for people wondering about other paragons like the boat paragon, bomb paragon, or even the boomerang paragon, which is a lot more expensive now, I don't think it would be possible to save for those paragons inside of a 5-tower chimp strategy. Even though it's a pretty comfortable save for Herald, the thing about the ice paragon is it's significantly cheaper, and the ice 5th tiers help out a ton on the save up. They're slows, they're bonus damage givers. For some of those other paragons, the 5th tiers wouldn't help out near as much, so it just wouldn't be able to happen. The ice paragon's most likely the most expensive one you can save for. By the way, we ended up dying there. Round 124 is a difficult one. I think with using a hex though, or just some better targeting / ability timings, we can probably get through this round. I was full yapping last time we tried this round. 2 hexes is all I needed. We're good now, I'm pretty sure. Yep. Okay, so I could get the ice paragon right now if I really wanted. I'm just gonna test what degree it is. 45. Obviously though, I don't want to get it yet. So we're just gonna keep on defending as long as possible. Probably actually upgrade my super monkey a little bit in the meantime too, while I still just hover enough money for the ice paragon. And can we just take a moment and realize how crazy this is looking? I've got $360,000 on hand in chimps mode, like without any exploits or anything. It's not like I regrow farmed, used that bug to create extra cash. This is just straight up chimps mode. With the changes to the rounds giving more money, and 3 mines round giving you the removal money, you can do some pretty crazy things here. It gives me the idea, maybe in a future video, I could do a challenge to see how much leftover cash I could finish like 140 rounds of chimps with. If you'd be interested in something like that, let me know in the comment section down below. I think that could be a fun video to do. Okay, this might be the end of the ice 5th tiers. I don't know if we can defend round 138. Huge GT round, and I'm dead hard on the first attempt. Nah, this round's just not going to be beaten. Okay, so I could get the ice paragon right now, or instead I could just get a dark champion, and ice paragon's actually still in budget even with buying that. But yeah, with dark champion on our field, I'd imagine we can now beat round 138. Right? Oh yeah, this round's not too bad now. Okay, this might be the final round. I'm not sure if I can defend these deities. And if I buy Legend of the Night, I doubt I'll be able to save up for Herald of Everfrost after spending that money. So I'll try one more time, but pretty sure this is when I need to get the ice paragon up. Yep, okay. Let's get you up. I'm not going to do any cash cider, by the way. We're just going to let it be whatever it is. And that's degree 60, pretty solid. Now getting the 20 marks, like degree 60, degree 40, whatever, it's not impactful for defending just regular rounds. It only gives bonus against bosses. Wait a second. Ice paragon, you're garbage. No way I died after getting the ice paragon up. What the heck? I mean, I guess defending balloons isn't necessarily a strong suit, but that is kind of upsetting. I can spend more money after getting it though. Like, I don't even know what I want to add. I'm thinking a balloon crush is one of the things I want to add. And then after balloon crush, probably save for Legend of the Night. Balloon crush should be able to damage ETs too, because the ice paragon decamos. Okay, it's looking like I'll be before that balloon crush pretty soon here. Defend the rounds actually hasn't been terribly hard. I've just been using the Fimble Winter every now and then, and that helps out quite a bit. All right, balloon crush this round probably. There we go, we got it. Either way, now that we have balloon crush up, it's gonna help out a ton too, because we can stall the rounds and make sure I have every ability available going into the next round, you know what I'm saying? But now I just try to save for Legend of the Night next, which is going to take a very long time to save up for. And from around 161 to 200, there was nothing really interesting going on in all honesty. Just using my abilities off cooldown. The rounds did actually start to get a little bit difficult in the 180s though, so I was forced to buy Grand Sabo early. So that's the only thing noteworthy. But now we resume the live commentary once again on round 200. Okay guys, we've made it all the way to pretty much round 200 now. The only issue is I still don't have the Legend of the Night up. I basically needed to get a Grand Sabo in the previous rounds, but even if I didn't buy the Grand Sabo, I still wouldn't have enough money at this point. So yeah, I'm not sure if the Legend of the Night save up's actually going to happen here, which is really bad if it doesn't. That black hole was like going to be a main part of my strategy, but we'll see how it ends up playing out. Maybe if I get lucky with some not terribly difficult rounds, we can make it happen. On the bright side, because of the stall, we can go into every single round with our ice ability, Hex, and Grand Sabo off cooldown. So that helps out a ton. Really, this whole strategy is hinging on the fact of whether or not I can get Legend of the Night. If I can't, we're probably not going to make it very far. If I can, I think this combo will make it incredibly far. All right, round 204. We're going to wait for the BDs to come out. Now we're going to use the Fimble Winter. I have Hex on strong, so it's probably going to target the fortified BD next. Depending on where the BD spawn, I might need to start switching the hex targeting to first on some cases, but we'll see. Hex again. Like this round, for example. Do I pop that in time? Yeah, I think I need the hex to be on first. I'm not beating this round, guys. Even if I beat that BD, I'd die to the future ones. Man. Well, the Ice Paragon attempt was indeed a failure, unfortunately. But my third and final strategy, I think, is going to be the most promising one yet, which is going to be on logs, guys. And that will be a tack paragon strategy. So you're probably wondering why the tack paragon? Well, there's a couple reasons. First of all, an ice paragon strategy would just be too expensive. If we couldn't afford a Legend of the Night with the ice paragon on 3 mines round, there's no way I'd be able to afford both of those on logs. And Legend of the Night is basically an essential to make it very far in this challenge. So with that being said, tack paragon should be in the budget for us. And it's going to be significantly stronger than the dart paragon on a map like this. Plus, it also got buffed in the recent update, so that always helps too. By the way, let's just get super range tacks on this so we defend. As this is going to be the Inferno Ring later, probably just have all of my 5th tier tacks in this general location though, is what I'm thinking. But what I do need to decide is which tower to add with the 5th tier tacks to survive this early game, and I'm not entirely sure. The thing with the tacks is obviously they don't provide a decamo or a slow like the ice did, which is going to make things a little bit more difficult. So I'll need something for those camo balloons, which I already do need. Okay. I'm thinking we just add a super monkey. Since I'm going to want this guy later anyways, it's probably not a terrible idea. Either way, we're going to save for the Inferno Ring first. I'm mostly just trying to get through these early games fast because there's not really too much to showcase here. The main strategy comes later in the game when I'm trying to save for the Paragon and stuff. Okay, I could get the Inferno Ring right now, but I've actually just realized a problem. And that's the fact that if I buy the Inferno Ring at this moment, I'm pretty sure I'm dead on round 78. Because there's a big wave of camo ceramics that I don't think I'm going to defend. So let's do this. Let's get a Dark Knight up, and I'll see if our 203 Dark Knight can defend the camos this round. But I might honestly need a Dark Champion, is my only concern. Target down here. No, that defends the camos, okay. Let's get Inferno Ring up, and we can't get Tack Zone yet. We have to go for Dark Champion before that. Alright, now I should be good against the DTs. We're gonna also keep this towards the back of the map, so I only utilize the Dark Champion for defending when it's needed. Let the Inferno Ring get most of the pops in the meantime. Alright, Tack Zone now, and I will get the Super Maelstrom in this location. Fortified DTs, not a problem either. Round 100 BAD, defend it. Let's go. On to the free play. Now, how much does the Tack Paragon cost? 216k. It's roughly 100k less than the Ice Paragon, but I also don't get the 100k from removals. And the other thing is with the Ice Paragon, I was able to survive with only like a low tier Super Monkey. This time I had to get a Dark Champion early. So that's going to make the save up more difficult too. And the thing with the tacks is they honestly don't even damage ETs much, even if I had a consistent decamo. Only the Inferno Ring can damage DTs. The Tack Zone and Super Maelstrom can't. I guess maybe I could get Legend of the Night before Crucible and Steel and Flame, which could possibly work. That would be a little bit of a weird order to do things. But who knows? Alright, another DT round. 117. I have Hex available if I need it. No, we're good. Still hanging on. Big DT round here. Let's Hex that. Am I dead here? Oh no. I'm so close to affording Legend of the Night too. Wait. Hang on. I think I can survive that. Let's have this towards the top at the start. And maybe I can use 2 hexes if I use a hex early? I'm not sure. Come on, survive, survive, survive. Yes! I think we did this time. Better Dark Knight placement. There we go. Oh, fortified ETs. I might be doomed. No way, I'm like so close to Legend of the Night as well. There's no way I'm defending this round. Okay. Well, what I'll need to do then is go all the way back in time before I got this Super Maelstrom up. And we need to get the Legend of the Night before Super Maelstrom. That's just the order it has to be played in. And then hopefully with Legend of the Night on the field, we can save our Tack Paragon after that. Okay, it looks like if I don't have the Super Maelstrom purchased, we can afford the Legend of the Night pretty soon here. So that's exactly what I'm aiming to do. Oh, without Super Maelstrom though, this round's actually kind of difficult. I think I'm okay though. Yeah, Inferno Ring helps out enough. And there we go. Legend of the Night has been... Wait. Purchased. Let's go. We're gonna keep this back here. On the bright side, since it's gonna be a very long time till I can afford the Tack Paragon, if I do end up completing the save up, I will 100% have enough pops on these guys, I'd imagine. So I'll have a pretty high degree paragon. The main thing that's just to make the save up difficult is the 5th tier tacks don't really provide that much value defensively. As I said earlier, they don't decamo, they don't debuff, they don't slow down blimps. They do deal a little bit of damage, but not necessarily a significant amount. So it's basically just going to be the Legend of the Night and Azili trying to save up 216k at this point. Now I guess in hindsight, I could have tried using Superstorm instead of Legend of the Night with the 3 attacks to save up. So the same thing I did with the Dart Paragon, but I don't think that'll necessarily work because it would take me longer to save for the Tack Paragon than it did the Dart Paragon, and Superstorm would definitely get Pierce capped in the process. One other idea is I could have used something like a Homeland defense with these 3 attacks in Azili, and I think that would save for the Paragon, so that will probably be my backup plan if the Legend of the Night save up doesn't work. The reason why I didn't want to do that initially though is because I don't think I want Homeland defense as part of my final 5 towers. But if it is, it's most likely not a huge deal. Okay, Legend of the Night is starting to struggle a little bit to DTs, which is not a good sign. Yep. If I'm already struggling around 156, with only being halfway on the save up, it's just not going to happen, I'm pretty sure. I used Portal last round against DTs, which probably could have been avoided with better targeting, but we're going to cut our losses here. So let's switch up the save up for a final time, and we'll do Azili with the 3 attacks in a Homeland defense to save for the Tack Paragon. Alright, these are what my placements are looking like for the Tack 5th tiers and the village. I think these are decent spots. I don't know if it would have been better to have it more centered towards the left or not. We'll work with it. MIB now. And should I buy Homeland right now or just chill with the Coda Arms and see how this ends up playing out? I think I will stick with the Coda Arms. How many pops do I have currently, by the way? Like 1.8 million? Yeah. Hopefully with this combo, we can still get a decent amount of pops before we end up needing to get the Tack Paragon as well. Okay, with this new setup, we've made it to around 119. I think I've got about 7 million total tack pops now, so we're doing pretty solid on that front. We're just going to use a Hex on this round as late as possible. Let's do it now, just so then I can maximize the tack pops beforehand. Big DT round. I think we're fine against DTs, though. These have actually been not a big threat at all. And yeah, we're defending them. Okay, speaking about DTs, these actually could be a threat. Fortified is a different story. Yeah, it's hard for us to keep up. Maybe if I use Hex, though, and faster timings on the abilities. Let's use Hex now. I'm keeping up, Actually, no, I'm falling behind. Alright, I think I just need to buy Homeland defense, guys. I've been on this round so unbelievably long, and I can't beat it with Cold Arms. I've gotten, like, crazy close multiple times, too. The only thing is, I don't know if I'm going to do a save for the Tack Paragon now with Homeland defense bot, because that means we're going to have to wait a lot longer to get this guy up. Okay, I can finally afford the Tack Paragon. It's been an extremely hard challenge getting to this point, but I'm going to try to beat round 137 first before I go for it, just to get a little bit more pops in here. Alright, Super Maelstrom and Homeland defense. There we go. But yeah, there's no way I'm defending these DTs in round 138 without the Tack Paragon, so this is the point at which my hand is forced. Okay, what degree Tack Paragon are we looking at here? Let's see. Degree 66, not necessarily bad. And ideally, these last 2 towers I get is Legend of the Night and Bloon Crush, I'm thinking. My only concern is saving for the Bloon Crush, because Tack Paragon does not have camo detection. Azili can decamo DTs, but I doubt Azili can hit every DT. Well, maybe? Especially if I get a Homeland defense off, Azili can. I'm not sure. Actually, Azili's kind of keeping up here. Let's use a Hex. I need to get Homeland off, though. Come on, Homeland. Oh my gosh, that's so close. What if we get Knockback Super Monkey to slow down some of the DTs? And that'll give Azili more time to decamo them. By Ultra Vision mid-defend. Okay. Please. Homeland defense, come off cooldown. Homeland defense, come off cooldown. Oh, we defend now. Yep. Azili can decamo everything with Homeland defense. Okay. But yeah, saving for Bloon Crush is going to be a little bit difficult, because DDTs are going to continue to give this guy issues if Azili can't always decamo everything. We'll see how this ends up playing out. As for Bloon Crush's location, though, probably right around here is going to be a good spot, I think. Around 140 fortified BD, I should just be able to one-shot that. Yep. I think that's the part of the Tack Paragon that got buffed in the last update. They buffed the Meteor. In hindsight, it would have been nice to have Azili underneath the village. Faster attack speed means a more consistent decamo, but it's too late to try that, so We kind of got to work with what we got here. Okay, and Balloon Crush is 59.4k. That's what we need to save up for. If I can save up for that, I think I'll be full chilling on the save up for the Legend of the Night. Because I'll no longer have DDT issues with the Balloon Crush. Which I guess right now I'm not having fully DDT issues either. Azili mixed in with the home and defense has been enough to deal with all of them. But sometimes it's going to be kind of close, like here for example. I don't have home and defense active anymore. But I still think Azili can DKMO enough of them. Yeah. Hey, I'm only like 8k away now from Balloon Crush, or 7k. I think we're going to be able to accomplish the save up, guys. Come on, Balloon Crush has been purchased. Let's go, just in time for these GTs too. That is fantastic. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling great. I'm ready to celebrate. You know what I'm saying, guys? Should have a pretty free ride now for the next however many rounds, I don't even know. Let's throw this thing on 25x speed. Oh, and I'm dead. I think this round's probably beatable though with a homeland defense used. This round's actually kind of a problem, I'm not gonna lie. Who would have thought round 163 of all things? Okay, we're good against it with homeland. But yeah, that's kind of a funny round to struggle against. Okay guys, fast forward a bunch of rounds. We're on 199 now with 90k saved up, so I'm still a decent bit away from Legend of the Night, but I'm more confident with this setup that I can save up for it than some of my previous setups. Tack Paragon's going to help out quite a bit on the route of that, you know what I'm saying? Speaking of which, this guy has 244 million pops, Aziz at 61 million, and nothing else really has a significant amount at the moment. Alright, round 200. We're just going to hex these guys, and we got a Shinobi. Nice. Now on the rounds past 200. Okay, this round has a lot of BADs. I think there's 5 of them. But I'm pretty sure I'm okay with just one more Meteor used. Yeah, the Meteor does an insane amount of damage. It pairs with the Hex nicely. And we are good. The only thing that's kind of annoying I've now noticed is my Balloon Crush sometimes isn't stalling the rounds effectively. So I'm hoping that doesn't become a big issue. I guess in hindsight I could have put the Balloon Crush in like this location where it hits the balloons a little bit earlier. This round though, it stalled pretty nicely. Obviously getting a stall in the rounds is incredibly important because I want my Hex ability available, I want the Meteor ability available, and I will want the Portal available for every single round. And I did actually end up going back in time, switching my Balloon Crush placement to the one that's a little bit more to the left, just because I think the spot's quite a bit better. It can clean up the DTs even farther down the map, and is more likely to stall the rounds too, which is the most important part. Either way, with that being said, it was actually pretty simple to fly through these next couple of rounds. The Tack Paragon Azili combination is really good. Just using the Meteor on Strong paired with the Hex can deal some insane damage, which as you guys can see, allows me to actually save up for the Legend of the Night, which is where I resume the live commentary once again. Alright guys, it's been a long time getting to this point, but we can finally afford the Legend of the Night on round 212. And this 5-tower chimp setup is now finally complete. I've got good feelings that this can make it pretty far, especially if the Balloon Crush location I switched to can stall the rounds effectively, which it has been stalling them effectively in at least the previous rounds. By the way, for a pop count check for you guys, 316 million on this guy, 100 million on Azili, and nothing much on the other towers yet. But I'd assume the Legend of the Night's gonna get a decent amount of pops at this point. Okay, I've got a fortified BAD on round 213. This could be an interesting round. I think we're gonna keep Legend of the Night on strong targeting most of the time as well. Maybe move it into the Homeland Defense's range. Oh, this round's actually kind of insane. This is probably the hardest round I've come by yet. I am very lucky that I got Legend of the Night on the previous round because I might honestly need Portal to deal with this round. Let's use Hex on first. Now, I'm gonna use an Explosion when the speedy gets towards the middle of the map. Now. Oh wait, the Explosion was on strong targeting. Okay. That probably didn't end up playing out well then. Can we defend all of these BADs? I don't think I'm defending these last ones, yeah. So that's crazy. We got the Legend of the Night one round early. I would have been dead against this round without Legend of the Night. There's no way I would have defended these. But thanks to the black hole, I'm good. And thanks to my Balloon Crush, I can go into round 214 with the black hole and all of my other abilities available too. Now round 213 was definitely just an unusually difficult one. Round 214, for example, only had one BAD, so it's not like every round we're gonna need the black hole, you know what I'm saying? There is quite a bit of RNG at play when you're this deep into the game. Okay, I've pretty quickly made it to round 220. I have yet to need to use another portal since, round, what was it, 213 or something? Okay, this round might be a portal round. There is actually a lot of BADs and a couple fortified as well, which complicate things. Even with portal, this round actually could be difficult. I think I need to defend these first 3 without it. Maybe put a Zelia on first targeting. Ooh, I think the Zelia Hex jumped forward at a bad timing. Wait, can I deal with that BD? No, it used portal, okay. I need to retry this round. So I'm gonna go Hex on strong and then switch it to first just to jump to this BD. And it's gonna jump to the fortified one afterwards. Yep, this should work, right? Yeah, there we go. Now these last 2 can just get eaten up from Legend of the Night. Perfect. And we got a stall on these BFBs as well, so I can hopefully get abilities back off cooldown. I think the Legend of the Night Black Hole cooldown is like 3 minutes, and unfortunately there's no icons that I can see if it's back or not, you know what I'm saying? Alright, another round with a ton of BDs. Thankfully, it's a really big clump, so if I need to, I can probably Legend of the Night Portal. Oh my gosh, well actually it's 2 clumps. That's not as good as I was hoping. I might be able to deal with this though. The Tack Paragon ability gets really good value against these clumps. Let's go Hex on first. I need to deal with these. Yep, there we go. If I can deal with this fortified BD with the Hex, then we can portal the back part. Come on, Hex. Hex to your thing, Hex to your thing. Uh-oh. We did it, we did, okay. But again, I did not get a stall in this round, which means portal's not available for 225. Oh, dude. I'm at a mercy for what these rounds have to bring me. Bring you over here. Okay, Homeland defense. Lucky for me, it looks like there's barely any BADs. Like, you see how crazy that is? The previous round, the whole map was purple. And this round is just like a couple spaced out. Okay, and I have beat round 230. 230 was actually a pretty easy round. So I think we can just push this quite a bit farther, to be honest. Okay, this is another round where Hex is definitely going to be needed. So just continue my strategy of trying to take care of the front BADs as much as possible, then Hex the back ones while maintaining a stall on the round. Looks like it should work here. Yep. Oh, and look at the next round. Okay, I think we're kind of at the point here where I basically need to use a portal every single round. That's just how difficult they're getting. There's no way I'm defending all of these BDs without it. I'm getting lucky, though, that the BDs are always like in a big clump like this, where I can basically just eat all of them with one portal. If I get into a situation where there's like a big clump of BDs at the start and then a small clump at the end, and then portal can't deal with both of them, I might be in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we've made it to around 240. Let's see what this has in store for us. 2 BDs coming out, some DTs. We're gonna use Homeland Defense here. I've just been using Homeland Defense basically every time DTs come out. It allows the Bloon Crush to easily defend them without getting like Pierce capped. Let's use an Explosion now. And I might be able to deal with this round as well without a portal, based on what I'm seeing currently. Let's go with another Hex. I think I need to deal with all of these BDs from one Hex, so I'm gonna wait a second to Hex now, just so I can deal more damage first. Explosion, Homeland Defense. And do these last 2 get dealt with? That's the question. I think so. Final one? Yeah, we're good. Nice. Okay, round 248, here we go. I used portal last round, but I got a good stall on it, so I think I have portal back. And this round, oh my gosh, this is actually a very big problem. There's so many BDs and they're not clumped either. This actually could be the end. No, 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 please. I don't even see how I would beat this round. I'm gonna try Hex on strong to deal with this fortified first. And then we're gonna use an Explosion right when it's in the middle of the map. Wait, Hex on first now. Oh, a DT ate the portal, okay. Gotta try this again. We want to maximize the timing that our Hex is on strong targeting, because it obviously gets a lot more value if it's breaking down a fortified BAD versus a regular one. Okay, I think I defended all the DTs basically this time. That's good. Bring you over here. Hex on strong, and then we're going to put it to first to clean up this front BAD afterwards. Let's go with another Explosion. Now. Okay, Hex defend that before it leaks. There's no shot. Even if I defended that one, the portal's just not going to be able to keep up with how many BDs are here. Like, I would need the portal to last basically twice the length. Round 248 is the end of the 5 tower chimps. So that means this is what the Excel sheet is currently looking at. Pretty crazy jump from the 4 tower chimps to the 5 tower chimps, I've got to say. The Tack Paragon definitely helped out quite a bit. 550 million pops in this guy. We got 175 million in Legend, and then 300 million on a Zelia. I do hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please hit the subscribe button and make sure to comment down below if you think I should go to 6 tower chimps next or do a jump forward to like 10. Either way, Rhymic out. Peace. Have a good one.